Bluefield High School Gymnasium, where tonight we are awaiting the start of tonight's clash between the number 5 ranked Princeton Tigers and the home-standing Bluefield Beavers. We're looking for quite a Donnybrook in Bluefield, and if you're not here, well, we invite you to stick around and enjoy the clash. We'll be back with some very special pregame guests we'll be talking to. We'll have everybody. Commercial message. Pregame guests we're talking to this evening. And all the Princeton High School cheerleaders. First of all, we need your name, please.
Kelsor.
All righty, Vickie. What's your parents' name?
Kelsor.
Whereabouts in Princeton do you live, Vickie?
Bell Avenue, Princeton Avenue.
What year school are you?
Princeton High School.
What year?
I'm a junior.
A junior? What do you plan on doing after you get out of school?
I plan to go into nursing.
Into nursing. You gonna stay in the area?
No, I plan to go out of town.
Out of town? What about that town?
Shepherd College.
That's the Shepherd. They have a fine program up there.
Okay.
Thank you, Vickie. All right. Next in line, your name, please.
Keene.
And your parents' name?
Mr. and Mrs. Jack Wall.
What about the Princeton you live to?
So on Kirby Avenue.
What year school are you?
Junior.
What do you plan on doing after you get out of school?
Not really for sure. I have to go into fashion design modeling.
You know where you're going to attend school?
Hopefully Raleigh, North Carolina.
That's a fine area. Fine area. Thank you, Vickie. Or Tina, right? I'm sorry. All righty. Next in line. Sharon? Sherry, I'm sorry. Your parents' name, please?
Mr. and Mrs. Sterling Peak.
And whereabouts in Princeton do you live?
Early Grove.
What year school are you?
Junior.
And what do you plan on doing after you get out of school?
I plan to go to college and enter into the field of dental hygiene.
What college are you looking at?
West Virginia Tech.
Good school. They have an excellent medical technician program. Yes, ma'am. I need your name, please.
Lori Deitz.
Lori? And what's your parents' name, Lori?
Mr. and Mrs. Calvin Deitz.
And whereabouts in Princeton do you live?
I live in Boulder Park.
Oh, okay. I know where that is. I can find that. What year school are you?
I'm a senior.
And what do you plan on doing after you get out of school this spring?
Yeah, I plan to go to college at University of Alabama.
You like Bear Bryant, huh?
Yeah.
Why did you choose Alabama? Is that a special reason? What are you going to major in?
Speech therapy.
Oh, I is. Okay. Thank you, Lori. Next in line, we have a young lady by the name of
Lydia Morgan.
Lydia. What's your parents' name?
Betty Morgan.
And whereabouts in Princeton do you live?
Molecule.
What year school are you?
Senior.
And what are you planning on doing after you get out of high school this spring?
I'm getting married on Moonlight Cave, and I'll probably attend Bluefield State.
Bluefield State. After you become an old married woman, like.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Congratulations, Lydia. Next in line, we have a young lady with the name of
Carla.
And Carla. What's your parents' name?
Joyce and Mom.
Whereabouts in Princeton do you live, Carla? All right, that narrows it down.
Oh, that's the only place.
Okay. I got that down. What year school are you, Carla?
I'm a senior.
What do you plan on doing after you get out of school this spring?
I'm going to college.
What about?
I'd like to go to Concord for a couple of years for basics, and I'd like to go to Duke, hopefully, and I'd like to go into medicine.
Good choice. Duke has a fine medical program. From personal experience, I know. Thank you. And next in line, we have
Terri Graham.
And whereabouts in Princeton do you live, Terri?
Lily Grove.
And your parents' name?
Bobby and Betty Graham.
What year school are you?
Senior.
What do you plan on doing after you get out of school?
Going into law enforcement in a school down in Austin, Texas.
Where in Texas?
Austin.
Austin, Texas. Law enforcement. You're going to be a policewoman like Angie Dickinson, huh?
I'm going to try.
Okay, thank you. And next in line, we have the captain of the Princeton cheerleaders. And her name is?
Tonya Walker.
And Tonya, what's your parents' name?
Mr. and Mrs. Ben Walker.
And whereabouts in Princeton do you live, Tonya?
East Princeton.
What year school are you?
Senior.
What do you plan on doing after you get out this year?
I plan to attend Little Prince Beauty Academy.
And be a beautician.
Yep.
Can you beautify hair?
Yeah.
Can you beautify my hair?
Yeah.
Thank you, Tonya. We appreciate all you girls. Okay, at the Beaver Gym, I'm Glenn May, and we're going to be back. First, let's pause for this commercial message. Okay, we got Bob Graham on that, Charlie Wright, Jack Lair, Bob. It's noisy. Sure, he's got a base run sitting over the ladder on the immediate left. Every time he thinks that's what I'm saying. Our table check. Well, our table check wasn't on the first piece at all. You're cutting out somewhere. I don't know what it is. I'm saying something. But I hope that we see a good fast ball game tonight. I hope we're able to get the 10 line and maintain the 10 line throughout this game. There are a number of people here tonight. I noticed Charlie Boyer from Virginia Tech, and McPherson from West Virginia, and the assistant coach from Wake Forest. You see anyone else playing? Yes, I'm Tony Caldwell, Ricky Smith, and Haney Willis. Well, Haney has to be here now. Haney probably should be here. Jeff Boyle's here. He probably should be here. Ralph should be here. Yeah, Pinto's here. Where is Charlie Wright here? Why are you here, Charlie Wright? Pinto's here. Got to keep you two straight, right? Charlie, welcome aboard. One thing now, I'm going to try to keep you two straight tonight. I'm trying to carry you two. One thing that's not putting a fork in the end out. It's going to be a real good ball game tonight, I think. It's going to be a loud ball game, isn't it? We've already seen a lot of notes right in the first ball game, and we have no time on the Princeton and Bluefield play. You can just put records right out the back door, because usually rivalry, you have a hot test game right throughout the whole ball game. Why am I sweating in the front, cruising in the back? Well, there's a window right behind you, I'd say, it's part of the reason there. An improperly insulated window is behind us. Right. That's what it is. Oh, what's cool, isn't it? There's a drive. We got Jack Lair over there. I don't know if we get a mic to him or not. But Jack, all you got to say is howdy and hang it up. Is that all? But you guys should always be going to be left. Wait a minute, Dad. Well, you got to go to bed, you know. We get ready to whip out back. Hey, it's pretty philosophicable coming from him. You know, he cried all night. Just did 5 foot up on it. About 6. Okay. Jeremy Corbin did that, Jack. Watch, Warren. Is Gail in it? Gail's not with me now. How come Gail left night off? He's probably on flying too. Okay, we're going to be back to basketball. First, let's pause 30 seconds for this. All right, we've got the crowd quieting down. I think they're getting ready for the national anthem, I think. Homecoming. Homecoming. I think so. I see a number of people in there with corsage suits. The tie that usually means homecoming. Oh, I know a guy who gets the best looking corsage you've ever seen free. If you need one for your wife, don't let me know, and I can pick you one up. Charlie, go ahead and ask him who the guy is, why he does this. No, he goes out close to the cemetery. He says there's always all kinds of As the Beaver cheerleaders on the floor right now, the Tigers in the dressing room. We've got the Beavers in the dressing room. The Bluefield JVs defeated the Princeton JVs earlier tonight, 57-51. Bob, I believe you've done some scoring on that. Well, first for the Bluefield Beavers, Howard Owens had 17 points. Kevin Cruz, 13 points. For Princeton, Greg Thompson, who played a tremendous ball game. Craig got out there and really hustled and made things happen tonight. 14 points. David Tabor, 10 points. Troy Clemens, 10 points. Once again, the final score, Bluefield 57, Princeton 51. And back to you, Glenn May. Way back. Report from Bluefield High School. First, let's pause for this message. Tigers are back on the floor. Beavers are on the floor. And we're going to have to stand up tonight to see much of anything, I believe. And the Beavers are up for it. Boy, they're out here in full force making all kinds of noise. They're making the much noise I have trouble hearing myself. And sometimes I don't know what I'm saying, so if I can't hear it, I'm in trouble. Give all your pins just a second. I have lost you. How much will it cost? Whatever the traffic will bear. I can afford that. Big crowd here tonight. While we're got time, let's pause 30 seconds for this commercial message. We're trying to figure out who the officials are here tonight. Pete Kelly's one of them. And maybe... Wait a minute.
I don't think we've seen it.
Huh?
I don't think we've seen them. And again, this place is noisy. We have
Maybe a Fred Garrett. I'm not sure, maybe, but I guess we better not call him anybody. Beavers on the floor down to our left. Tigers on the floor down to our right. The Tigers in the road blues with the white trim. Of course, the Beavers in their home white with the burgundy or maroon trim. Princeton cheerleaders right down in front of us to our right, and boy, they're making a lot of noise, as you can well tell. The Beaver pep band on the far side, they're making a lot of noise, as you can sure tell. As the coaches have got their respective squads around them right now, and they'll be giving them a last moment of instructions ready to send them out to do battle. Here for the pride of Mercer County. Of course, the Tigers trying to make it 8 in a row over the Beavers. Is that right, Charlie?
That's right.
And, of course, but the Beavers are just as determined that they shall make it 8 in a row.
Bluefield's been playing some real good ball the last two games. They beat, they got beat by Greenbrier East. They came back and beat Graham, didn't they?
What's that now?
I believe Beaver got beaten by Greenbrier East and came back and beat Graham.
Yeah, but they beat Oak Hill again the other
They beat Oak Hill.
Yeah,
Oak Hill
twice.
highly ranked. Oak Hill's got a good
Beavers rated about 18th in the state. And they're ready to introduce the starters. And Bob, you give us the Princeton starters or whichever one you got. Charlie's got one up, whichever one.
Okay, for Princeton tonight, starting center would be Jimmy Miller. On the season, he scored 264 points for a 24-point average. And on the guards tonight, be Mike Easy has scored 184 points for a 16.7-point average for the season. James DeWitt at one of the forwards, he has scored 153 points for a 13.9 average on the season. At the point guard tonight would be Jeff St. Clair. He has scored 83 points, 7.5 average for the season. And Stephon Strain at the other forward, he has scored 64 points for a 5.8 average. And the top reserve is Phillips. He has scored 43 points for a 3-point average. For the Bluefield Beavers, of course, Mike Dent in the middle. Joey Baskins at one of the guards. Danny Jones, quarterback of the football team at the other guard. Uncle Coakley at a forward. And Joe Dobson at the other forward. The top reserve will be Howard Owens, who came in and scored 5 or 6 points a game.
Okay, we're still watching introductions here with the crowd. The Tigers are waiting now for Jimmy to be introduced. Of course,
I can just barely hear you.
I turned it down because we don't take it so bad. I keep it turned down.
We had the same situation last year that one game, didn't we?
Yeah.
First time Princeton met Bluefield last year.
It's really good. Coming out. And we'll have Miller in to jump against Dent. Dent's a red-headed lad, Miller's a black-headed lad. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
As the officials on the floor, we've got a basketball out there. We're ready to play ball. As the officials standing on the team finally surrounding it. Now Dent goes in, Miller's in, and the tip. Control by the Beavers is not picking up on the near side. He gives it to Terri Baskins. The Baskins will take it to the offense for the Beavers. Searches to the left side, goes to the lane, fires out of the lane, no good. Rebound, goes to the floor, picked up by Dobson. Joe Dobson and Bluefield. Beavers lead 2-0. And St. Clair will move to the front court for the Tigers. Brings it right across the center circle to the right side of the wet. He's on the way, looking underneath. Gives it back to the wet.
They go to East on the left side. Looking for Miller on the post. They've got a triple team. Now they bring it to Miller. And he is fouled. As the Beavers triple team is Miller and fouled. That's number 1 on Copley. C-O-P-L-E-Y. We'll call him Copley. And that's team foul number 1 on the Beavers. It'll be Tiger ball out of bounds on the baseline. The Whitlow inbound it. He puts it outside to Jeff St. Clair. They go to Miller on the post. Turn around firing, and we've got it. Beavers lead with 7:27 left to play in the first quarter. As the Tigers doing a little face-up man-to-man pressure, no zone trap, just making a presence known. Baskin brings it to the front court. Give it to Jones in the corner. Jones comes out across the lane. Gives it outside to Copley. To the left side, trying to get it in and slip back outside. Picked up by Carla. Bucket went in. Now it's good. And number 2 on Copley. A bucket is good. That's foul number 2 on the Beavers. So the Beavers lead the Tigers 4-0. With 7:10 left to play in the first quarter. Boy, these Beavers have really got a lot of adrenaline pumping right now. St. Clair to the front court for the Tigers. To the left side of the wing. He's on the wing. Looking underneath. Goes to the corner. Fires out of the corner. Off the iron. No good. Rebound. Tipped by Miller. No good. Miller rebound. Goes into the lane. Hooks it. No good. Rebound. Goes out by Thompson. Pick it up to Baskin. And Baskin throws it down and moves it to the front court. Holds it up. Looks for the left side. Goes back to the right for Jones. And Jones starts in the lane. Goes down the lane. Lays it up and in. Side. Up to Miller on the baseline. Fires. No good. Gets out. Picked up by the Witt. Goes to the lane. Feeds it to Stephon. The ball got loose on the floor. Stephon sits down on it. And we get a 10 ball. So far, this does not look like a slow-down game. I think the Tigers are very tight for some reason or another. And the Tigers are going to want a timeout as they trail 6-7 with 6:24 left to play in the first quarter. So a timeout on the floor. Let's say time in for this session. Bluefield 6, Princeton nothing. With 6:24 left to play in the first quarter. And the Tigers call a timeout. That's their first timeout tonight. And the Beavers triple teaming to our hit are still underneath. They're putting 10 on him, right man to man, and dropping the man in the box, going one off the side to help. So now we'll have a jump ball between Stephon String and Mike Dick.
I don't think Deitz should be the fellow jumping this ball. I think it should be Kelsor. But, so be it.
We're ready. And the tip. It's hold on the Tigers. The Stephon hit it on the way up down to East. He got away with it. East with the ball on the far side. To St. Clair. He's on the point. A 2-1-2 zone for the Beavers. They go to Stephon in the lane. Firing off the lane. It's in the iron. No good. Stolen by DeWitt. And we got a whistle and a foul. It is on Joe Dawson. That's number 1 on Dawson. Team foul number 3 on the Beavers. And that will put the Tigers out of bounds with it. DeWitt will inbound it. This is into Miller on the lane. Goes up. Slams up. Tigers playing a 1-3-1 and Princeton with the ball. This is back to Jones. Pushing toward the corner on the dribble move. Back out of trouble now. Comes outside with it. Directing traffic underneath. And gives it to Terri. Baskin's on the point position. He run over top of it. That's number 1 on Jeff. Team foul number 1 on the Tigers. Now Jeff set him up twice. He run over it twice and gets that foul flick step. Russell Copley inbounds it on the Beavers. He gets it into Dewey Baskin. Baskin turns it toward the right side. Gives it to Jones on the left side. Takes the shot. Gives it back to Baskin. Firing for 5 to 14 feet. The Beavers lead 8-2. As Jeff St. Clair kicks it to the front court for Princeton. Holds it overhead and gives it to DeWitt on the wing. The Witt dribbles 3 times. Puts it up, gives it back outside the St. Clair. They bring it to East on the near side. Goes to the baseline. Fires. Goes up. Deitz picks it up. To Copley. Copley gives it to Bastion. He'll bring it to the front court. Gives it to Jones. And Sammy Jones gives it back to Bastion. They go to Dawson in the corner. Far side. Looking underneath of it. And they got Copley coming around the horn. Copley puts the Beavers out in front of the Tigers. 10-2. With 4:50 to play in the first quarter. And Deitz with the ball for the Tigers, right side. Give it to Miller, deep in the corner. Jim holds it overhead, gives it to Stefan on the baseline. Fires over again, and Carson shot by Deitz. Rebound pulled down by Jones at Bluefield. As Jones takes it to the front court. Gives it to Baston. Baston's on the near side. And Baston will fire from 18 feet. It's Baston. 12-2. The Beavers leading the Tigers. Jeff St. Clair to the offense for the Tigers, to the Witt. Drops it to Stefan, trying to go to Miller. He is fouled from behind, and that may be on Baston to see her shot. It is on Baston. That's number 1 on Baston. Team foul number 4 on the Beavers.
Bluefield is playing superb basketball. They just are not making mistakes. They're doing everything right at this point in the ballgame.
As the Witt inbounds to Miller. He fakes and fires out of the lane. It's in and out. No good. Miller goes down to 6 the lead out. 12-4. Tigers down by 8 now. Baston will take it to the front court for Bluefield. On the move with the left-hand dribble. Picks it up. Gives it to Jones on the near side. Jones looking underneath. Now back to the way outside. Feeds it back to Baston. Baston into the corner with it to Copley. Copley drops it to Deitz. 10 on the lane. Firing. Stefan got a piece of it. It's no good. Rebound. Front four goes to score. And picked up by Dawson. Feeds it back out to Deitz. Plays it off his foot and fires. Good. 14-4. The Tigers trail as Deitz into the front court with it for Princeton. To St. Clair. To the Witt. He's on the wing. Right side. Starts it toward the corner. He'll fire off that wing. It's in and out. No good. Rebound to Deitz. After Jones. And the Beavers are running. Jones goes down. Lays it on the iron. No good. Rebound. Picked up by the Tigers. And St. Clair. Into the front court. Drives it to the lane. Leaves it for Miller. Miller goes in. He's got it.
He called a foul, and the heel, the other official overruled it.
So it was a traveling ball against the Tigers. Turned it over. 14-4. The Tigers are trailing. As Jones with the ball in the front court with it for Bluefield. To Dodson in the corner. Back outside to Jones. To Baston. To Copley on the corner far side. Back to Baston and then Copley again. Deep in the corner. Drives the baseline. Drops it underneath to Dodson. Loses an arrow on it. They got a sample of foul called underneath on St. Clair.
Really, there should have been a walking call called underneath there on Joe Dawson. He had control of the ball, and he walked the ball.
The Tigers on a timeout. So it's 2:54 left to play in the first quarter. Bluefield 14, Princeton 4. We'll be back right after this. In the first 5 minutes of the ball game, Bluefield has hit 7 out of 10 shots, 70%. The Tigers have hit 2 out of 10 for 20%. And therein lies the story of the ball game with Bluefield 14, Princeton 4. Is it noisy to you guys?
It sure does. I just barely hear anything it says.
Bluefield has out-rebounded Princeton 7-5 too, Graham.
7-5.
Right.
It's been more than that, except they made their shots, huh?
Yeah.
They've hit some shots from downtown. They've got some shots underneath some garbage balls, and they've played fairly well inside, so they just haven't made mistakes.
All right, we're ready to go. It's Copley. We'll inbound it for Bluefield. He gets it into Jones. Jones in the corner. Gives it back outside to Baston. Baston directs it covered with it. Not far. He goes again on the high post. He's high. There's the ball. Move down just a little bit. That's good. Give me room to stand up here. So now the Tigers will come to the offense. Jeff St. Clair brings it right across the center circle to the Witt on the right side. Goes to the wing, gives it back outside to St. Clair. Now they go to East. He'll fire from 20 feet. It's good. 14 to 6. The Tigers are down by 8. Baston will bring it to the front court for Bluefield. Give it to Jones. In the corner with it to Dawson. Back to Jones. He'll fire from 18 feet right side. No good. So he'll keep it out of the air. To St. Clair. St. Clair into the front court with drives the lane, lays it up. Tigers down by 6. As Jones with the ball in the front court for Bluefield. Gives it to Masters. Again on the high post. They go to top in the corner. Give it back to the near side to Jones. They go to Johnson on the baseline. Bang out of the baseline on the 16-8. Tigers down by 8. And just St. Clair brings it to the front court for the Tigers. East to Miller, deep in the corner. Back to East on the wing. Works on Jones, goes inside. We got a whip on. He was tripped by Jones, I believe. That's number 1 on Jones. Team foul number 5 on the Beavers. That'll put East on the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
These will be the first foul shots of the night on the season. I certainly don't want to jinx Mike East, but he's 40 of 54 for 74%. Princeton as a team is hitting 70%.
He fires. It's on the iron and no good. Rebound by Stefan. Puts it up, no good. Rebound pulled out by Jones of Bluefield. As Jones in the front court with it. Drives it to the baseline. Gives it back outside the basket. He gives it right back to Jones in the corner. They go to 10 on the low post. Bang over Miller. We got a Whitlow and traveling ball. Mike Keene got hit in the eye down there in that scramble on the bucket there, so he's still talking a little bit. As Jeff St. Clair will take it to the front court for the Tigers. The James will win on the wing, right side. Back to St. Clair to East. Bang from outside again. Mike Keene from downtown brings the Tigers within 6. As Baston moves it to the front court for the Beavers. Backs his way in. Stefan picks him up. They go to Johnson in the corner. Again on the high post. Gives it back out to Jones. They go to Copley on the baseline. Fine through it. Russell Copley puts the Beavers out by 8. 18-10. And Jeff St. Clair lifts the clock. There's 56 seconds at the play in the first quarter. To win with the ball. Back to St. Clair. Fine the top of the key. Good. 18-12. And Baston will move it to the front court for Bluefield. Still on the dribble. He's directing traffic. He wants somebody over on the post left side. Give it to Jones. Jones, top of the key with it. Holding it up. Gives it to Baston. That's up for one shot. Followed with 34 seconds to play in the first quarter. And Jones gives it to Copley. To Johnson. Johnson on the baseline. Gives it back to Baston. Takes the shot. That Stefan talks it out of it. Now they get it underneath. We got a foul on. The big foul, Copley. Number 1 on East, team foul number 3 on the Tigers. 21 seconds left in the first quarter. 18-12. The Tigers lead. The Tigers trail by 6. Are they going to call that a shooting foul?
Yes, they called it a shooting foul. So Mike came underneath him as
Well, he never get up here.
No, they called it a shooting foul.
All right, we'll have Russell Copley on the line to shoot. He fires. It's good. 19-12. Tigers leading by 7 now. Oh, trailing by 7. I'm sorry. As Copley fires again across the line, no good. Rebound to Miller. Miller puts it outside to East. East into the front court with it. Starts it down the key. Back to the outside. He's on the wing now. Left, right side. Gives it outside to St. Clair. Jeff will start the offense. He keeps it to the Witt. The Witt on the wing. Gives it right back out to Jeff. 6 seconds on the clock. They drop it to Miller on the high post. He's double team. Ball from Bruce. Picked up by Jones. Bang out of the backcourt. It's off the line. No good. But in the first quarter play, it is Bluefield 19. 12. We'll be back right after this.
Back at Bluefield High School gym in Gridmay Land. Bluefield had 9 field goals, 1 or 2 at the foul line, 19 points. Princeton 6 field goals, 0 2 at the foul line. Jimmy Miller, Mike East, St. Clair all had 4 points. For Bluefield, Russell Copley had 7 points. Carla, team assistant.
Okay, in the first quarter, Princeton 16 field, 37%. They pulled down 8 rebounds and committed 3 turnovers. You have, okay, for Bluefield, they hit 9 out of 14 for 64%. They pulled down 8 rebounds and committed 3 turnovers. Looks like Princeton's shooting is key to the first quarter here, Dan.
They're not getting good shots. They're not taking good shots. There has to be a little more patience on offense to make it work. We're ready for the second quarter. Tigers come out with Keller, Steve, Strange, DeWitt, and St. Clair. It'll be Keller and DeWitt
jumping, and they got a foul jump. We're going to jump over again. And Miller to jump against Mike Finn. Gets the ball with a timing. The Miller gets it to the West. And the West takes it down the right side. Goes to the corner. Gives it back to St. Clair. Top of the key. Gives it right back to the West. James over overhead. They go cross court to Keene. He's firing from 20 feet. It's off the iron. No good. Miller tips. No good. Rebound. Pulled down by Jim Bluefield. He gets it out to Batson. Batson takes it to the front court. Directing traffic now. Gets it to Copley on the wing. Copley looking underneath. Brings it all the way across court to Jones. Back to Batson. Off the key. Copley on the wing as they're looking underneath. Can't get it open. Now they're trying to get it to Johnson. It's off loose. Picked up by East. He's got St. Clair on the break. As Mike goes down, lays it up in the air. Jeff goes down, lays it up. Jeff St. Clair. 19 to 14. The Tigers down by 5 now. As Batson shoots it to the front court. He's in on the high post. Fires to the top of the key off the iron. No good. The West takes it to the front court. Down the right side. Leaves it to St. Clair. Jeff will up the offense. They go to East with it on the left wing. Looking underneath. They got Strain on the high post. Miller on the low post. Miller now moves to the high post. The West will fire him outside. It's off the iron. No good. Rebound pulled out by Jim Bluefield. As Matthews will take it to the front court for the Beavers. Looking for the left side. They go to Den on the high post. Drop it to Copley going down the lane. We got a hook and cross. He saw James behind him. Copley was afraid to shoot and kept the ball too long. So the Tigers come to the offense now. Jeff St. Clair moves to the front court on the right-hand dribble. He's on the wing, left side, looking underneath. Here's it for Stephon in the corner, gives it back outside the east. He starts inside, firing off the glass, comes off the iron, no good. Tipped outside by Miller and out of bounds. As it'll be Beaver ball, I'm sure. That's Copley, inbound to Beaver. He gives it to Matthews. Matthews leaves it to the front court. To the right side to Jones. He's on the way. He gives it back outside. Now back to Jones deep in the corner. Looking underneath. Gives it back to Matthews. And he'll fire from top of the key. It's good. 21-14. The Tigers trailing by 7. And Beaver keeps the pressure on. So Witt with the ball right side. Back to St. Clair. Firing from top of the key. It's in and out. No good. Rebound. Pulled down by 10. Straight outside to Jeff to Batson. He's good. He takes it to the front court. To Dodson in the corner with it. Drops it to Den on the low post. They got an offensive foul on right fifth. That's number 1 on 10. Team foul number 6 on the Beavers. It's offensive foul. It's a big Tiger ball. That's the West. Goes down to St. Clair. Takes it to the front court. He's on the wing, left side. Miller deep in the corner. Looks underneath. Now he drives across the lane. Hooking out of the lane. Off the flank, no good. And the whistle and the foul on Miller. That's number 1 on 10. Pin foul number 4 on the Tigers. As he fouled Russell Copley. Joey Baskins will move it to the front court for the Beavers. On the dribble with it. They got 10 on the high post. He kicks it back outside to Jones. Sammy Jones holds the ball, looking underneath. Gives it to Baskins way outside. Now they kick it back to Jones. He moves to the wing. And move it back outside the basket. To Jones in the corner with it. They try to double team. He gets it back outside the basket. Firing inside the key. About 18 feet. 23-14. The Tigers are trailing with 5:06 to play in the first quarter. As the West gives the ball to St. Clair, top of the key. To Stephon on the wing, left side. East on the right side. Looking underneath, gives it back to St. Clair. Goes to Miller on the high post, firing good. And Miller does this thing. First time tonight on that high post, got it. 23-16. As Joey Baskins moves it to the front court for the Beavers. Gives it to Copley on the wing. Can't get around the Witt. And moves it out of bounds. As the Witt forces it over again. And quick hands in the defense. James to West. Inbounds it to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff moves it to the front court. To the left side, He's on the wing. Gives it to the West on the high post. Drops it to Miller on the low post. So then he is fouled by Dent. The shot was good, but it does not count. That's number 2 on Dent. And that'll put Miller on the line to shoot a 1-and-1. As Miller, as he was turning to get in position to work the pivot, from that low post was fouled by Big Mike then of the Beavers. 23-16. The Tigers are trailing by 7. With 4:27 left to play in the first half. And Miller fires the first one. It's so good off the iron. Rebound comes down to Miller. As Deitz had a hand on to tip it out. Miller gives it to St. Clair. They'll start the offense again. To the Witt on the right side wing. Back to St. Clair. Starts it down the lane. Got a piece of it. Rebound pulled out by Copley of Bluefield. Brings it out to Baskin. Baskin to the front court. To Jones. Firing out of the corner. It's off the iron. No good. Rebound put back up and in by Copley. 25-16. The Tigers trail by 9. As Deitz with the ball on the wing right side for the Tigers. Drives under. Trying to get it up to Miller. The ball is on the floor. Picked up by Deitz. As Deitz on the dribble with it. On the wing. Starts it to the lane. Leaves it to Stephon. Stephon trying to hit. Stephon playing. 25-18. The Tigers within 7. As Baskin to the front court. To Dent on the high post. To Jones. Gives it back to Baskin. Firing from outside shore. As Baskin is absolutely wore us out. There's the Tigers, the offense. Deitz with the ball, left side, back to St. Clair. To Stephon on this side, goes to the baseline, fires good. 27-20. As Baskin moves it toward the front court for the Beavers. To Dent, firing from the high post, it's good. And Frank Flint from the high post. 29-20. Tigers trailing as St. Clair brings it to the front court. To the Witt, drives the baseline, lays it to Miller. Miller goes under. We got a travel call on the Witt. So it'll be out of bounds for the Beavers. I can't hear you. And Copley inbounds it to Beck. Passes to the front court runner. To Jones on the left side. Tucks it toward the corner. Gives it back to Baskin. Follow the Key. They go to Copley. Far side of the Key. Down to Johnson. Moves across the lane. Fires off the glass. 31-20. It will take the Tigers by 11. And we got Phillips in the game for the Tigers. And DeWitt with the ball on the right side. Give it to Phillips. Going to Miller with it. He is fouled from behind by 10. That's number 3 on 10. And we'll probably see Dent sit down for a while. We've got 2:25 left to play in the first half. 31-20. The Beavers leading the Tigers by 11. And what a revolting development this is.
It is. But Bluefield is playing, I think, way over their heads this point. And I hope they don't continue to keep on living.
No, a foul to Bluefield. No good. Rebound picked up by Sammy Jones at Bluefield. As Jones takes it to the front court, down the left side. He's picked him up. Tigers going man-to-man now. Sit with the ball, high post. Firing from the top of the key. Off the iron, no good. Rebound to Copley. And he run over top of Phillips, I believe. Foul on Copley. That's number 3 on Copley. That's who they hit. Was St. Clair or Phillips? St. Clair, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. Actually, that might have been a questionable call from the Bluefield point of view in that Copley actually had the ball.
Yeah, but if you find somebody back together, they're back together.
Yeah, he came in, he charged there.
He placed the ball. That's what we always call.
He got him from the side. I'm not sure he got him from the back. He got him from the back.
He couldn't have climbed him any better if he'd had the That'll put David Phillips on the free throw line for the Tigers. And the Beavers want a timeout. So it's 2:11 left to play in the first half. Bluefield 31, Princeton 20. We'll be back right after this. All right. Tigers kind of lagging right now. They trail the Beavers 31-20. You want any expert observations on this, Charlie?
Well, I think it's poor shooting by Princeton right now. They're shooting 36%.
That's hard to be in a ball game. She shoots third.
Why are they shooting for it?
They're standing around flat-footed. They're not getting rebounded. Well, that's true, too. But it just seems like they're flat right from the start.
But then again, they can't hit free throws.
Yeah.
The
0-3.
And they actually, Bluefield still is not the 1-1 until, well, they are now. Will be at the next foul.
All right, David Phillips on the line for the Tigers. He'll shoot a 1-1. He fires. It's good. That's the first free throw for the Tigers tonight.
This is running counted through the fourth so far this season. Phillips hasn't had that many, but he's 3 of 11 for 27%. And Jimmy's missed 2 1-1 opportunities, and he's an 81% free throw shooter. Not a good night for Princeton.
Well, fires. It's good. 31-22, a 9-point lead for the Beavers as the Tigers will press.
We've got
closing up court to Dotson. The kick has not Dotson, that's Stephon Thomas. And Thomas gives it over to Dye. We got another one in the ball game. As Dye gives it to Baskin, goes down the lane, fires good. Great Baskin.
number 30 is T-Bone Smith from Princeton. He's normally from Princeton.
That's T-Bone Smith. As the Tigers come to the offense, he's fouled on the far side by Baskin. What's Smith's first name? It's not T-Bone. What's Smith's first name?
Kevin
Smith. All right.
We got that last field goal.
And we'll have these on the free throw line as Baskin fouled him on the wing over there. On Baskin, that's foul number 2. 1. Him on Baskin. 2. Deitz fires. It's good. And Deitz will get a second one. 33-23. The Tigers trail by 10 in the first half. We got a minute 43 to play. Deitz fires. It's good. 33-24. The Tigers trail now by 9. As Jones with the ball in the backcourt with it for the Beavers. Works his way toward the front court. Gives it to Baskin. Baskin's on the wing right side. To Thomas in the corner with it. And Thomas looking underneath. Brings it outside. Looking underneath all the time. Gives it back to 25. Baskin top the key with a minute 25 to play. They give it to Smith. Smith on the left side wing. Looking underneath. Gives it back outside to Baskin. They go throw forward with it to Thomas. Thomas starts it inside, gives it back. The Tigers in a 1-3-1 zone. As they go on the low post to Jones, he gives it back to Thomas, firing out the corner across the eye. A good straight there, rebound for the Tigers. As Jeff into the front court. Jeff to East, plays it up, no good. Rebound, pulled down by the Beavers. And pulling it down with Joe Dotson. He gives it to Baskin, and Baskin will take it to the front court. Baskin goes across the top of the key. Gives it to Thomas, gives it right back to Baskin. They go back to Thomas again. As Thomas comes toward the key. Gives it back outside to Baskin. 45 seconds on the clock. 33-24, the Tigers trail as Thomas goes down the lane, fires good. And Miller had a hand on it. Miller had a hand on it. Still went in. 35-24. The Tigers are trailing. So went with the ball on the wing, right side. Goes to the baseline. Fires off that baseline. And no good off the iron. Rebound. Pulled down by the Beavers as Jones comes out with it. Sammy into the front court. Pulls up, firing from 15 feet off the iron. No good. Rebound. Comes to the floor. Picked up by Jones. Takes the shot. Gives it to Thomas. Firing from 16 feet. Good. Thomas puts the Beavers up by 13. With 10 seconds in the half. Still on the high post. Fires. Good. 3 seconds to play in the first half. 37-26. After half. It is the Bluefield Beavers 37. The Princeton Tigers 26. We'll be back with halftime. Right after this. Call the station. Make sure the signal's coming in all right. Call the station. Make sure the signal's going quick. There's a phone, payphone right down the hall. All right, halftime score 37-26. The Beavers leading the Tigers here in the surprising game. And in the first quarter, the Tigers got 12 points. The Beavers got 19. So in the second quarter, the Tigers come back and got 14. But the Beavers come back and got 18. So halftime score, Bluefield 37, Princeton 26. We'll be back with more right after this. Down here, boy, that is... How come I'm sweating in front and freezing in the back again?
That window hasn't moved.
Oh.
You're still here.
Down, didn't it? That's what it was.
In terms of individual statistics in the first half for Bluefield, which is hot as a firecracker, Mike Dent had 2 field goals, 4 points. Billy Baskins had 5 field goals, 10 points. Joe Dotson had 3 field goals, 6 points. Russell Copley, who had picked up 2 fouls early, had 5 field goals, 1 of 2 at the foul line, 11 points to lead Bluefield along with Baskins, who shot from outside phenomenally. Sammy Jones had 1 field goal for 2 points. Stephon Thomas came in to replace Mike Dent for a little while, and he had 2 field goals for 4 points, giving Bluefield 18 field goals, 1 of 2 at the foul line. And Dent and Copley had 3 fouls apiece. For Princeton, Mike Eads, 2 field goals, 2 of 3 at the foul line, 6 points. Jeff St. Clair, 3 field goals, 6 points. James DeWitt did not score. Did not score in the first half. Stephon Strain had 2 field goals for 4 points. Jimmy Miller had 4 field goals, 0 for 2 at the foul line, 8 points. David Phillips had 2 foul shots, his only 2 attempts for 2 points, giving Princeton 11 field goals, 4 of 7. And we will be back in Bluefield High School at the gymnasium after these minutes.
Okay, here at halftime, Beaver is leading 37-26. In the first half, Princeton said they made 11 out of 30 for 36%. They pulled down 12 rebounds. They committed 4 turnovers. Jack, you have Bluefield.
Well, Bluefield's leading in all categories. They were 18 of 28 in the field for 64% in the first half. Ironically, they were 9 of 14 for both quarters. They had 17 rebounds. They also lead turnovers. They had 7 turnovers in the first. That's the only positive aspect of the game for Princeton is their late turnovers in the first.
So I don't need this tonight. This is one of the most responsive fighting I've seen in a long time.
Well, the Beavers playing extra. They are really, yes, they are.
Moving the ball around, getting the open man. Princeton's kind of standing around.
Playing aggressive defense. Right. And
When they get the ball, they put it in the hole.
And
Bluefield's as hot as it is in here.
we need to get that weather, buddy.
We need to get that weather behind us.
Beaver is also controlling the boards down here. Their defensive rebounds is tremendous there.
Taking bad shots.
Right.
We've seen the ball put up in the crowd. We'd have 1 Princeton man down there, 3, 4 Beaver men. Under pressure, the guy put the shot up. He's got no chance of getting anything at track.
Right. And that's basically why they're shooting 36% there.
One time they made a real good pass. They called walking on the fellas.
That's not like a big officiating going there. I really don't have any complaints with the officiating here tonight. Princeton's got to force something before they can play a decision. And Princeton is really not. We're just becoming a tempo.
I was just saying it seems to be the way things are going. Bluefield's red hot.
That kind of a night, huh?
Yeah. You run into those every now and then.
On a night like this, when you try to hit the floor with the ball, you hit your foot and it bounces out of bounds.
That's the way it is.
Hey, we'll be back with more first pitch ball. Gymnasium, and we're listening to the announcement of the halftime guests, the winners of the homecoming contest at Bluefield High School. And we have a whole line of individuals. There must be, 20 people standing out on the court. Greg May's just making his way to the doorway. He's leaving us tonight. And Glenn, one thing that struck me in that first half, what happened to Princeton's full-court press? Is that something we're going to see this second half?
The Tigers' full-court press has not been effective this year except against Independence. It was effective that night because they had the width on the point. You got the foul problem. So it's effective. It seems as though we don't have anyone else who has the quickness of hand to really play the point, and the press has not really been effective this year, in my opinion.
That may be something we might wind up seeing tonight to change this tempo around a little bit for the third quarter.
Well, I think the Tigers are going to have to go man-to-man, if nothing else, just to make them play more aggressive on offense.
They went man-to-man at the end of the second quarter and really put a stop to the Beaver flow. They were passing the ball at will, hit the open man. They put the man-to-man. They threw Beaver off stride. They weren't able to pass the ball as well.
Well, if you'll remember, go back to the previous game, Princeton set the tempo right in the first quarter at Princeton. I mean, they put a lot of pressure, man-to-man, right on the 2 guards, man. They're not doing tonight.
That's true. Now, they're letting Princeton have a play.
That's right.
Princeton, they forced them one side or the other all night.
That's right.
And Princeton was ineffective against them. I don't know how many points they had in the first game. Princeton had like 6 in the whole first game.
Yeah.
They got right now.
And Sammy Jones was ineffective. See, Sammy Jones was ineffective, too, in the first ball game. So I think that's the key. Their guards are dominating. They're able to get the ball inside, and they're shooting at a little 5, 10, 15 foot jumper there. High percentage shot.
The halftime score in the other game was 36 for Princeton, 14 for Bluefield. This is a power crop from that point.
Yeah, turn it around a little bit, didn't he? But I believe that Ralph Paul will put the Tigers in a man-to-man for no other reason than to discipline them to be aggressive on offense themselves.
Right.
And they're not in foul trouble. Bluefield has a few guys with did he have 3?
Yeah, they have 3.
And hopefully have a little bit of foul trouble. I think Princeton has to go man-to-man up against Vickie Tempo up.
Take that ball down deep in the middle and let's put Ben on the bench.
Right.
Moving around, get him off. Sorry about that, but I got knocked down.
But if they take the ball down deep in the middle, we'll put Ben on the bench.
Just don't stand around trying to get it into him. Pass the ball, kick it around real quick and get it in there. They'll get him out of position. You'll get foul penalty.
Also, you're not coming to meet the passes tonight. You're not getting the ball from the guys who don't meet the passes. Now, that's not happening right now.
Yeah, you just don't see no movement at all right now in their offense. They just stand around looking at each other.
All right, we're just about a minute away from the second half. We'll be back for the second half. That's the first.
Well, let me make an announcement or make a request of somebody in the audience.
I thought he was going to.
Well, he's going to take some of them, but
Station wagon, he put 2 of them behind.
well, just in case, if anybody...
I just agree, you're better to keep them together rather than string them out in different cars.
Okay, we'll let Jack Larry do it. But if Jack has something happens to Jack, any of the fans might want to wonder if the cheerleaders may not have a way to mount.
All right, we'll be back. Let's pause for this message.
Well, hopefully Whitlow will come out cold as cucumber and Princeton will come out burning the net. And really, that's about what's going to happen.
Now, what is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen?
It's hard to separate what will happen and what I hope will happen. And I hope Princeton comes out, gets a little more movement, plays a little better ball. And Bluefield does not play, and I that way. We saw them play Graham. They did not shoot that way against Graham. We saw them in the first game. They did not play that way against Princeton the first time around. Maybe they're playing over their head. Maybe it'll last all night. Maybe it won't. If it lasts all night, we're in bad trouble.
Okay, we're ready for second half action. The Tigers are back out there, and they'll have Jimmy Miller, Mike Deitz, Stephon Strange, James DeWitt, and Gus Sinclair. Beavers with Mike Stitt, Billy Basson, Russell Copley, Sammy Jones, and one new one. I'll have to get a number on him. 32, that is Stephon Thomas. As Jones, as Basson to the ball in the front court, brings it to the near side to Thomas. Thomas on the wing, gives it to Jones, top of the key, backs his way into the lane, now he comes back outside. Gives it to Thomas, right side wing, looking at these. Tigers are playing it man-to-man by Ben. Now 10 with the ball in the baseline, firing. Mike Kent. 39-20 the front court for the Tigers. With a win on the west wing. The Beavers in the zone, and the triple team Miller. Miller goes to the lane, fires good. And he got the pass and put it up and in. 39-28. As Basson will take it to the front court as he's dogging him outside. And we got a traveling call on Basson. As these defense forced the turnover. So Kevin Smith will come into the ballgame now, and we will get Mike Dent out. 39-28. The Tigers trail by 11 as Jeff Sinclair to the front court with the Tigers. On the right side to Mike Deitz. Goes to the baseline. Tigers deep in the corner is good. Mike Deitz. 39-30. The Tigers trail by 9. As Billy Basson works it to the front court against the pressure from Mike Deitz. Drops it into the corner, taken away by the Witt. As the Witt finishes Sammy Jones. Give it to Jeff Sinclair. Jeff takes it to the front court for the Tigers. To Eads on the wing, right side, looking underneath. Drops it to the Witt on the high post. Firing. 39-32. The Tigers within 7 now. They are playing man-to-man defense. And Kevin Jones with the ball for the Beavers. Give it to Dewey Baskin. Gives it back. Into the front court. To Thomas. Firing off the baseline. No good. Here's the Witt of the Tigers. As the Witt out
moving into the front court with it. Moves it all the way to the baseline. Puts it to step on in the lane. The ball off loose. Picked up by the Beavers, and Smith has got it for Bluefield. And Smith will give it to Baskin. Baskin directs the traffic. Moves it to the front court as he plays the defense on him. For Smith on the wing right side. Trying to get it to Jones in the post, and he is fouled from behind by the Witt. Checking into the ball game for Bluefield will be Russell Copley and Mike Dent. That's foul number 1 on James DeWitt. And it'll be out to the Beavers. They'll take it out on the court far side. It's Jones. Inbound to Copley. Gives it to Baskin. He gives it back to Copley. Copley on the wing right side. Gives it to Baskin. He gives it to Jones in the corner. Works to the lane. Fires off the side. Of course, they block. And Stephan pulls it out of the air. Strange gives it to St. Clair. Jeff to move it to the front court for the Tigers. Jeff on the point position now. He's on the left side. Goes to the baseline. Drops it to Stephan. Fires. He is fouled by Jeff. We'll get into the ballgame for Bluefield. Stephan Thomas, and he'll bring Dent out. And we'll have Stephan on the line for the fight. He fires. It's good. Stephan still got that technique. Gets the front and see when that ball gets loose. I'm surprised it doesn't sail through the rafters on the arch he puts on it. Got icon, does it? Stephan's on the line and ready again. He puts it up. It's good. Tigers down by 5 now. As the Beavers force it to the the Tigers are flicking that ball and got the break. It is that missed the ball. Good take it. That's the Witt. Inbound to Miller in the lane. Firing. Good. Princeton's coming out. They're really playing good ball at this man-to-man defense. One move. Right. Okay, the Tigers on offense. You got a comment, Tony? Well, Princeton made 4 out of 4 in that quarter. So that's pretty good shooting in. That's pretty good. They set the ball up and went into Miller there twice. All right, just 3 players of the offense for the Tigers. The Miller on the high post to the Witt. Drives the baseline, flips it back inside to the Tigers squared up for that man-to-man defense. And Mike East will pick up Joey Baskin. Puts the pressure on him. He gives it to Thomas on the wing, right side. Thomas looking underneath. He can't find anything to do with it. Gives it back outside. This time to Kevin Smith. Kevin gives it back to Smith. As the Tigers putting relentless pressure on right now, and the Beavers are showing the strain. As St. Clair to the front court with his ease in the corner, firing from way outside. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Beavers, and Thomas pulled it down. Holds it up, gets it over to Sammy Jones. Jones will take it to the front court. Still on the move with it. Goes to the lane. He'll fire from 14 feet. It's good. Sammy Jones gives the Beavers a 5-point lead, 41-36. As Jeff St. Clair drops it to Miller on the high post. Gives it back outside to St. Clair. He'll fire from 20 feet. It's sent it out. No good. Rebound pulled down by Johnson at Bluefield. And now the Tigers are cold. They can't make the shot they made just a moment ago. 41-36. As Baskin moves it to the front court. The back underneath, and we've got a foul back underneath. Foul on Stephan. His own Stephan. Yeah, that's going to be his number 1. Team foul number 2 on the Beavers. And then Johnson going at it pretty good over there, little Kevin. Step on to the fifth station, so I know.
Maybe Will Johnson used to play Concord.
Inbound pass to the Beavers, out to Sammy Jones. To Kevin Smith on the wing, left side. Gives it back to Jones, and they come to Thomas on this side. Now they're coming on the high post, firing in and out. No good. Rebound front floor. Goes to the floor, picked up by Johnson. We got a jump ball. Between Johnson and DeWitt. And go out in the face. We're going to get a foul on DeWitt right there. He had Johnson in a hammerlock almost. Hit him on the arm. As David Phillips comes into the ball game for the Tigers. DeWitt will have DeWitt to jump against Russell, or Joe Dotson it is. And the tip is over the Tigers. And Phillips picks it up. Gives it to St. Clair. Jeff moves it to the front court. To the right side to DeWitt. He's on the wing. Gives it back outside to St. Clair. They go to Miller on the left side wing. Looking for help. Gives it back to St. Clair. They go to Eads. He's on the baseline. Trying to get it to Miller. Low post. They do. Miller fires. Good. He's fouled. That's all it's good. Will be called on 32, and that will be on Stephon Thomas.
First foul on Thomas, second team foul.
That goal was good. Always good. And that's put Miller on the line to shoot one shot. 41-38 now. Tigers trail by 2. Miller on the line and ready. He'll fire with the right hand. He's got it on the way. It's good. All right, 2-point ball game. 41-39. Tigers down by 2. As Copley with the ball in the backcourt, foul by Eads. That's number 2 on Eads. Team foul number 3 on the Tigers. It'll be out. As the Tigers playing a man-to-man. Jerry Baskin with the ball. Sammy Jones with the ball. Jeremy through the front court, crosses through the lane. Goes up, fires 15 feet good. 43-39. Tigers trail by 4. Jeff St. Clair brings it back to the front court to Phillips on the high post. Gives it underneath, has it knocked loose, and knocked out of bounds by the Beavers. It'll be Tiger ball. As Phillips trying to drop it over the middle on the low post, they never could get the handle on it. As DeWitt will inbound it. He gives it into Eads in the corner. Firing out of the corner. In and out, so good. Rebound to Miller. Fires. Off the iron, no good. Tipped up once, and somebody over there knows we've got a whistle of foul. That's on Miller, I believe. It is on Jimmy Miller. That's number 2 on Ken. Team foul number 3 on the Tigers. 43-39. Bluefield with the ball. 3:01 to play in the third quarter. As Keene plays the defense, and Sammy Jones brings it to the front court. Gives it to Thomas on the wing right side. The Wick picks him up. Looking underneath with it now. He puts the dribble. And no 5-second call. He gives it back outside to Kevin Smith. Now they go back to Stephon Thomas again. Goes under. Fires no good. Rebound goes to the floor. Miller in a scramble for it. Miller knocks out of bounds. And they get that scrambling. Now, fellas, I don't want to say what to be called. But something good. That was a horrible, horrible example of non-officiating. Jeff St. Clair to the front court for the Tigers. To Phillips on the high post. We got traveling call there. And Stephon gets off the bench, so we're back into the Tigers. Thomas, then down to Jones. Jones takes it to the front court for the Beavers. Backs his way down toward the top of the key. Holds it up, tries to get it to the far side. They get it to Smith. Firing out of the corner off the iron. No good. Rebound underneath. Johnson is fouled as he goes back up by somebody. And I believe it's on Stephon. Let's see. So, it is on Jeff St. Clair. That's number 3 on Jeff. Team foul number 5 on the Tigers. So that will put Joe Dotson on the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1 and maybe a 2-shot foul. He was going up to shoot with it. And Jeff wouldn't let him go. Wasn't a foul on his play. 1-1. The first one put up no good. Rebound pulled out by the winner of the Tigers. They give it to Jeff St. Clair. Jeff will bring it to the front court. The Tigers move to the offense. St. Clair to East. He's on the wing. Right side. Looking underneath. To Green. The ball not loose. Picked up by the Beavers. And Thomas comes out of the melee with him. Into the front court. Still on the dribble. Top of the key. He'll fire from 15 feet into the end. Stephon Thomas puts the Beavers up by 6. As Jeff St. Clair brings it to the front court for the Tigers. To Mikey. We got a Whitlow and a foul call underneath. And somebody pushing underneath against Kelsor, and the foul is called on Stephon Thomas. And that's number 2 on Thomas, and team foul number 3 on the Beavers. It'll be out of bounds for the Tigers on the baseline. And we get Scooter Will into the ball game for the Tigers. As St. Clair's DeWitt puts it in the middle on the low post, puts it on the floor one time, spinning, firing, good. 45-41. The ball gets loose, and they drop the clock while they collect it. 45-41. Tigers trail by 4 with a minute 38 left to play in the third quarter. As Thomas inbounds it to Jones. Jones with the ball in the backcourt for the Beavers. Calls the offensive signal, and he'll start it toward the front court. Backs his way in toward the top of the key. Knocked loose by East. Foul called on East. On Mike, that's number 3. Team foul number 6 on the Tigers. And that'll put Bluefield, Sammy Jones on the free throw line, and he'll shoot 1-1. We got a minute 28 left to play in the third quarter. Bluefield 45, Princeton 41. And Jones on the line. No good. Rebound comes off the flange. Run down by Johnson of Bluefield. They double team him. He's still with the ball. Can't get it loose. Finally gets the job. We got a 5-second call for a jump ball. The official made the call, turned around, put his hands on the tip like he's proud of himself. Well, it was late making the call. I think DeWitt actually had his hand on the ball and should have been calling a jump ball. I guess the official's proud he made his hand call. Tips the call by the Beavers, sending out to the top lane. He gets it to Kevin Smith in the corner, gives it outside to Sammy Jones. And he's correcting some traffic now. Works on Will, goes to the lane. Gives it over to the top of the side. Good. Russell Hoffman. Pick and roll down the lane, 47-41. Tigers trailing. And Quill gets it to East. East goes to the baseline, gives it back outside the Quill, goes to the top of the key. To Stephon, wing side, right side, goes to the baseline, fires, good. 12 feet, and Stephon puts it in, 47-43, with 47 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Tigers trailing by 4. And Sammy Jones backs his way into the front court. Still on the move with it. Gets it to Copley in the corner. Gets it outside to Smith. Kevin at the top of the key. Gives it to Jones as they run the clock a little more. 30 seconds on the clock as Jones goes to the lane, fires, and we got a foul on him. Now Mike at number 4. We got 27 seconds left to play in the third quarter, 47-43. The Tigers are trailing as Mike East comes out with that fourth foul. Jeff St. Clair goes in. Who will have Quill and St. Clair at the guard. DeWitt is screen at the forward, Keller at the middle. Jones on the line, fires, good. He'll have a second attempt. As Jones will have one more attempt. As Scooter's moving around, they'll call him for that. Jones fires, and it's no good. Rebound comes off from Miller. He is fouled from behind by Copley. That's number 4 on Copley. And team foul number 4 on the Beavers. So it'll be Tiger ball out of bounds. He'll go corner from the next foul. And Quill will in down for the Tigers. He gets it into Jeff St. Clair. Jeff will take it to the front court. Tigers trail by 5 with 22 seconds to play in the third quarter. DeWitt with the ball on the wing left side. As DeWitt looks underneath, gives it to St. Clair, top of the key. As Jeff looking underneath, gives it back to DeWitt. And they go back to St. Clair, back and forth. As James pushing towards the baseline now. Tucker across the lane, it's not loose. Picked up by Quill. Kicked out of bounds by Copley. The Tigers will have it out of bounds with 4 seconds on the clock. As Joey Baskin gets off the bench to come in real quick for Copley. So Copley's got right here. So Grill will run down for the Tigers. As Grill brings it into the wet, drops it to Miller on the baseline, firing. It's off the eye, no good at the ball field. Look here, the third quarter of play. The Bluefield Beavers 48. The Princeton Tigers 43. And in the third quarter of play, the Tigers got 17 points. The Beavers got 11 points. And we'll be back with more first football today. In the third quarter of this ball game, Princeton picked up 7 field goals, Bluefield 5. Bluefield still leads Princeton by 5 field goals. Princeton foul line 57-10. Bluefield 4-5. Leading scorers in the ball game for Princeton, Jimmy Miller 17 points, Vikings 8 points, Stephon Strain 8 points. Bluefield, Joey Baskin at 13. Sammy Jones is the leading scorer in that third quarter for Bluefield. Calling. Okay, for Princeton in the third quarter, they made 7 for 12 from the field for 58%. They pulled down 7 rebounds and they committed 4 turnovers. Jack, you have Bluefield, they was 50% in that quarter, 5 to 10, pulled down 5 rebounds and committed 6 turnovers. All right, we're ready to go. Miller, the jump against Joe Dotson, the Zenth thing on the bench. Miller sends it to the west. He's in trouble. He's double teamed. Ball taken away. Picked up by Dotson. He gets it back to Jones. And Jones will start the offense for the Beavers. And Quill takes it away from Jones. Quill drives on him, goes down, lays it up at Quill. Quill. Takes it away and puts it in. 48-45. That's Smith. We're taking it to the front court for the Beavers now. Give it to Jones, the shooter, playing the defense on him. Puts it to the lane, goes down the lane, lays it up Quill. 50-45. The Tigers trailing by 5. With 7:26 to play in the ball game. Doing it well with the ball on the ball side. Shoots from 20 feet. Well, for the Tigers. 50-47. As Jones with the ball for the Beavers. Brings it to the front court. They double team him. Ball knocked loose. And Jones recovers to pick it up. And Baskin gets the ball. Starts it to the lane. We got a whistle and a foul. Let's ball on Jeff St. Clair. Timeout on the official. Oh, we got a timeout as Jones didn't get up. He said he got a spring ankle, I believe. I thought they called Jeff for the foul. I did too. Oh, now he's not playing for Jones. He's supposed to go out. Right. They're going to leave him in. Beavers will inbound it from the far side. They bring it into Baskin. Baskin, give it back to Smith. Smith comes way outside. Gives it to Jones. And Jones with the ball. Shooter gives him a few steps and then shoots him off. They go to Kevin Smith on the near side. Looking underneath, he gets it to die. And through Baskin coming around. And Baskin fouled by James DeWitt. That's number 2 on the west. He's down number 2 on the big on the help on time. 7 or 8. It's number 2 on James DeWitt. And that will put Jerry Baskin's on the free throw line for the Beavers. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound, 50 down, controlled by the Beavers. As Baskin picks it up in the corner, and still hits the ball, picks it up in the west. DeWitt into the front court with it. Holds it up. Turns it toward the baseline. Now he'll fire up the baseline. In and out, no good. And Stephon tied up to the ball. And Stephon gets a jump ball out of it. He shows up. If your coach, Patty Willis, when do you bring Mike Kemp back into this ball game? You'll bring him in for 4 minutes, Mark. I think. As Stephon to jump against Dotson. Takes it over the side and the St. Clair picks it up. Tigers trail by 3 to the Witt. The Witt goes to the baseline. Drops it to Miller low post. Goes across the lane. Firing. It is no good. Gets up by the Witt. No good. The Witt fights for it. He said it again. And we got a hit from the foul. On Thompson. And 5 on him. Team foul. It's on foul on Thompson. Yeah. And it's 1-1. Yeah. They're going to go. Team foul number 5 on the Beavers. Thompson fouls out. Got in a little earlier in the moment. You what? He may get in earlier now. He may come back right now. Let's see. No, he's not. He's not going to leave it out. He's going to stay with him on the bench. He's going to bring it to you. We got Dotson and Thomas. and Baskets out there for the Beavers. For the Tigers, we got Strain and Miller, and DeWitt, Will, and St. Clair. As DeWitt on the free throw line, fires the first one at score. 50-48 now. The Tigers down by 2 with 6:23 to play in the ball game. As they have snatched their way back. Got it close. DeWitt fires again. It's good. As Baskets with the ball in the backcourt for the Beavers. Gets it to Jones. Jones brings it to the front court. We got a Whitlow and a foul on Will. That's number 1 on Stewart. And put Jones on the free throw line for the Beavers. Sammy Jones will go to the free throw line. With the Beavers leading by 1. It's no good. Rebound comes off the Miller. Miller puts it to Jeff St. Clair, and the Tigers will come to the offense. St. Clair brings it off the center circle to the left side to the west. Goes to the baseline. Picked up for Robert Thomas. Gets to Miller. Low post. Maybe. Goes up. Jones into the front court of the Beavers. The Tigers bring a man-to-man defense. Sampson with the ball out front. Works it off the key. Will picks it up. He gets it to Jones. The Witt plays the defense on Jones. The Jones goes to the baseline. Goes all the way under. Gives it outside the Smith, and they bring it to Baskets. Run it all over again. Gets the ball out front. The Smith on the wing, right side. Gives it back out to Baskets. Works it into the lane. Gets it over to Thomas. He gives it back outside. Beavers, he can pop the Jones driving. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, knocked outside. Picked up by St. Clair. Jeff did a help. Jeff did a job on that one. Yes, he did, because he pushed off on Kevin Smith. And Jeff was fouled by number 30 by Kevin Smith. That's number 1 on Smith. As Jeff St. Clair said, that ball was loose and it belongs to me. He refused to be denied going after it. And he came out there with it and he was fouled on the way out. 51-50, Tigers up. St. Clair to shoot a 1-and-1 now. 5:17 to play. We got a Whitlow. What are they talking about? The Witt moved on the line, so they nullified the free throw. So now the Beavers with the ball out because of the free throw line in practice. As Baskets will bring it to the front court. To the near side to Thomas. Firing for 18 feet. Good. Thomas with the Beavers back on top. 62-51. And St. Clair will bring it to the front court for the Tigers. To the Witt on the wing, left side. Dumps it to Miller, low post. Looks on Deitz. Goes under. Raises up the man. Oh, what a shot. 53-52. The Tigers lead by 1. As the Deitz back in there for the Beavers right now. Jones with the ball on the far side. Gets it outside the basket. The Deitz on the high post. He'll fire from 14 feet. It's on the eye. No good. Rebound tipped out by the Witt. They call the Witt for the foul over the back. That's number 3 on Keene. You think we need to stand up?
I don't see how we can see the ball game without it.
So we will have Sammy Jones on the free throw line for the Beavers. That foul on James to win his third. 53-52. The Tigers lead by 1. 4:35 at the end of the ball game. And Jones fires. Good. Tie ball game. 53 all. So the Tigers will have the ball. And Jones on the line for 1 more. He fires. It's on the iron, no good. Rebound to step on the screen of the Tigers. Gives it over to Jeff St. Clair. Tie ball game with 4.5 minutes to play. St. Clair to Will on the wing, right side. Back to St. Clair. They come to the Witt on the left side. Goes to the baseline. Drops it on the low post to step on it. 55-53. Tigers lead. As Jones works it to the front court for the Tigers, for the Beavers. Thomas on the far side, looking for help now. And Quill deflected it out of bounds. It will be out to the Beavers. He's got 5 seconds for this one. The Beavers will let down. Thomas gets it in the basket. And Beston backs his way down toward Quill. Picks the ball up. Gives it to Dent. Deep in the corner. Looks at the bucket. Goes to the baseline. Fires. Off the iron. No good. St. Clair waits for traffic. He's clear. Goes it to the front court. Holds it up to the left side to the Witt. The Witt goes for the baseline. And he is fouled. Or offensive foul called on James to win. That's number 4 on James. Timeout Princeton. And James the Witt calls for his 4th foul. Somebody called a timeout with the Tigers and Bluefield Beavers. So it's 3:44 left to play in the ball game. Princeton 55, Bluefield 53. We'll be back right after this.
At Bluefield High School Gymnasium, the score is Princeton 55, Bluefield 53, 3:44 left in the ball game. And Bluefield will have the ball out underneath their own basket. That is when the cheerleaders come off the court.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm about dead.
Princeton has made 5 out of 7 in this quarter for 71%. So they really picked up their shooting. They're getting better every quarter.
All right, we got 3:44 left to play in the ball game. 55-53, Tigers lead by 2. As the Beavers come to the offense. Terri with the ball. Brings it to the front court. Puts it to the right side. They get Jones. Jones moves through the lane with it. Picks it up, gets it to Dent on the high post. Dent goes to the baseline, drives, puts up and in, no good. He's traveling.
I absolutely concur with that decision. And he did.
So the Tigers will come to the offense now, leading by 2. Jeff St. Clair into the front court with it. On the dribble. Brings it up slowly. He's going to pull the Beavers out. They can play man-to-man as the Tigers bring it out. Jeff St. Clair holding the ball way out front. In the center circle. Gives it to the Witt. He's on the left side. They're trying to make the Beavers match up. Now DeWitt drives it down. Gives it to Stephon on the baseline. Gives it back outside to St. Clair. They split it out again. And St. Clair throws it toward the lane. Circles into the key, back outside, throws it into the key again. Here comes back outside, still on the dribble. Up it to Miller. We got a 5-second. Oh no!
He penetrated, didn't he? He did penetrate. That is a terrible call.
So we'll have a 5-second shot. It'll be St. Clair. The jump against Jones. And Mike Keene comes back into the ballgame for the Tigers. 2:57 to play. Princeton 55, Bluefield 53. As Jones and St. Clair to jump in the center circle. As the official moves in, and the tip to Cole. It's not kind of bounds between Beavers.
Well, we'll take it.
Miller of the Tigers, and he'll jump it again. So Thomas and Miller will jump it. They bring it back to the center circle, and they'll jump it again. So let's see which way the Tigers set it up. They put St. Clair back in out of the Tiger bucket. They put the Witt back in out of the Beaver bucket. Now Miller moves in. Thomas moves in. The tip to goal by the Tigers. The Beavers picks it up. Give it to St. Clair. Jeff on the move with it. To Miller. Low post in the coastal lane. Looking good. Tigers up by 4. 57-53 with 2:40 to play in the ball game. It's Beston. He gives it to Jones. Firing from 20 feet off the glass floor. 57-55. Tigers lead by 2 as the Beavers playing a man-to-man. St. Clair to the Witt into the front court. The Witt on the wing with it. Brings it to the lane. Firing from 16 feet. 59-55 with 2:17 to play. The Tigers lead. As Beston into the front court with it. Ducks it underneath and throws it out of bounds. Tiger ball. Now, who was it? Johnson and somebody really
Stephon was laying all over him.
Stephon had him in a hammerlock, but the Tigers got the ball. Deitz into the front court with it. Works it toward the key. Takes it down the right side. Goes under his foul by Dutton. Oh, offensive foul with Mike Keene, and he fouled out. But Dutton was Vickie all the way. That's all for Mike Keene tonight. Terri Wilson into the Tigers. 59 to 55. The Tigers lead by 4. We got 2 minutes to play. Mike finishes the game with 3 field goals, 2 of 3 at the foul line, 8 points. Well, Dave Masters brings it to the front court for the Beavers. Gives it to Sammy Jones, top of the key, goes down the lane, runs over top of Miller. No call on it, the bucket is good. And Squirrel brings it to the front court for the Tigers in traffic. Holds it up, looks for help. Gets it from Miller on the wing, right side. Jim holds it overhead. What's on bench? Goes down the lane, lays it up, no good. Thomas for Bluefield. With the ball in the back court, Thomas goes up court, and they're going to stay on nine. He gets it over to Dawson. They're going to tie ball game, 59-59. With a minute, 22 to play. And the Tigers want to tie out. So with a minute, 72 to play. Minute 17 to play. 59 to 59. Beavers and Tigers tied up. We'll go back right after this.
Oh, 59-59, a minute 17 left to go in the game, and that tells the story. Glenn?
It's been a pretty exciting story, really. But it may not be as exciting of a story up to this point as what happens from here through this next minute and 17 seconds. And I hope that cheerleader doesn't fall off of that sack. She made it. This story is hot. And we got a hot ball game too. It's tied. There's 17 to play, 59 to 59. And the Beavers have given the Tigers everything that they can handle here tonight. Just don't take anything away from the Beavers, man. They came to play.
I sure did.
All right, Tigers will have the ball out of bounds. Will they play it down for one last shot?
I don't think so. I don't think they should, and they may do it.
Not the way they're calling those 5-second calls. Johnny Tomorrow keeping the floor. Well, I've heard this football coach does everything. I guess they should be too.
You know, Bluefield has gone to their money player in that Sammy Jones has scored 3 field goals in the fourth quarter and hit 1 of 3 at the foul line. Sammy Jones almost single-handedly has kept Bluefield in this fourth quarter. He's done everything.
Jeff St. Clair will bring it to the front court for the Tigers now. And he hauled it outside. He makes the Tigers, make the Beavers come out. He gives it to Witt on the wing left side. Back to St. Clair. To the Witt. As the Beavers line coming out, they're not coming out much, they're still thin back. We got 59 seconds to play now. And St. Clair's still outside with it. Now Princeton comes up to pick him up. He gives it to Will along the wing. Gives it to Seth. Oh, hey! Joe Dawson with it. Give it to Thomas. To Baskin. To Jones. And now that the Beavers will play for themselves. If they get it, they can win it. As Jones on the far side dribbling. Give it outside the Baskin. To Thomas. That's the man to foul. He's up underneath and we got Terri call. Terri call. 42 seconds to play. 59 to 59. And the Tigers want another timeout. So with 32 seconds to play, the Tigers take their 4th timeout. We got a tie ball game, 59 to 59. We'll be back right after this message. The Bluefield Gymnasium is kind of rocking here tonight.
Got a hot too in it, Glenn.
Look what that's so it's rocking down, don't you?
I hope so.
Get this last bucket anyway. 32 seconds left to play in the ball game. The Tigers have the ball out of bounds. The score is tied, 59 to 59. Other than that, what can I say?
That's about it right there.
So the Tigers come out. We got the Witt, St. Clair, Quill, Miller, and Strange. The Beavers come out with Baskin, Sammy Jones, Stephon Thomas, Deitz, and Dutton. St. Clair with the ball in the backcourt for the Tigers. Gets it to Miller. Miller moves it to the front court. Picks it up, gives it to St. Clair. The clock down to 22 seconds. St. Clair directing traffic. The Quill on the wing. They go to Miller with it. Goes down the lane. Fires up the lane. Good.
seconds to play. The Beavers want a timeout. There were 13 seconds on the clock. Princeton 61, Bluefield 59. We'll be back right after this. No foul.
The 5:50, Carl, you were saying that...
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, Princeton took the first lead with 5:51 left in the fourth quarter. Princeton 51-50, and they also had a, Glenn, 4-point lead at one time there, and so right when Mike got out of the ball game. So
Since that time, it's been caught up 3 times.
That's right.
Bluefield has not been in the lead since that point in the ball game.
All right, we got 13 seconds to play. Bluefield got the ball. And they will have it out of bounds at the far end of the court. They inbound it in the back court to Beavers. Beavers to the front forward. On the move, down the left side to Jones. Drives the drive to the baseline. Puts away outside the basket for 5 seconds to Deitz. Deitz on the high post firing. In and out. No good. Six up by Johnson. No good. That's good. The Tigers win it. The Tigers will win it. 61-59. 61-59. The Tigers win. The Tigers win 61-59.
We just go in
And for the Beavers gave them everything they wanted here tonight. We'll go back to wrap-up. First set call for this. Final score, the Princeton Beavers Tigers 61, the Bluefield Beavers 59. As Tigers put together 4 quarters of 12 points, 14 points, 17 points, and 18 points for a final tally of 61 points. The Beavers had 19 points in the first quarter, 18 in the second, 11 in the third, 11 in the fourth for a final tally of 59. The Tigers did not get the lead until they finally got it 51-50 with some 5 minutes left to play in the ball game. And it was nip and tuck from there on. The final score, the Princeton Tigers 61, the Bluefield Beavers 59. We'll be back with more. First fifth ball for this. The big story of the night, the Tigers came out in the second half and limited the Beavers to 22 points, 11 points in each of the third quarters and the fourth quarters, while coming from behind after trailing at halftime 37-26. They came from behind in the fourth quarter to finally win at 61-59 over the Beavers of Bluefield. The Tigers record out to 60 to 8-3 now in the season. And remember, next Tuesday night we'll be at Mountain View up in Welcome, Tom's Mountain, to take on the Golden Knights. And next Friday night we'll be in Kingsport, Tennessee, to take on Dobbs Senate. And on Saturday night to take on Sullivan North. And we're working on the stats, and we'll be back on first fifth ball, 30 seconds for this message.
Big Mike did had 3 field goals for 6 points, well under his normal output for the season. Joey Baskins had 5 field goals. He did not score in the second half, 10 points. He was 0 of 1 at the foul line. Joe Dobson, 4 field goals, 0 of 1 at the foul line, 8 points.
You said Baskins did score in the second half. He took him man to man for the second half, didn't he? Really shut him down.
Right. They didn't give him that open shot. The first half, he was getting that open shot from about 15, 20 feet out.
Okay. See, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
For Joe Dodson, he had 4 field goals, 0 for 1 at the foul line, 8 points. Russell Copley had 6 field goals, the other 2 at the foul line, 13 points. Russell Copley had 11 points at halftime, so he was another of the double-figure scores in the first half that only got 2 points. Sammy Jones came out and played like a stormtrooper in that second half. Had 6 field goals, 2 of 6 foul line, 14 points. He only had 2 points in the first half of the ball game. Stephon Thomas had 4 field goals for 8 points. And Bluefield had 28 field goals, and they were only 3 of 9 at the foul line, giving them a total of 59 points on the night. Mike Eads has fouled out in the ball game, and I can't remember if Mike fouled out before this season. 3 field goals, 2 of 3 at the foul line, 8 points. Jeff St. Clair, 3 field goals, 6 points. James DeWitt, who scored all of his points in the second half, 2 field goals, 2 of 2 at the foul line, 6 points. Stephon Strain, who had a good ball game from the second quarter on, 4 field goals, 2 of 2 at the foul line, 10 points. Jimmy Miller, a game high, 12 field goals, 1 of 3 at the foul line, 25 points on the night. David Phillips came in, hit 2 foul shots for 2 points. Scooter Will came in the third quarter when Princeton needed some points in a hurry, hit 2 quick field goals, stole the ball, drove the length of the court, and put the layup in on 1 of those. He had 4 points on the night. Team statistics, Princeton 26, 9 of 12 at the foul line. The big difference being at the foul line, a total of 61 points. And we will be back after these messages.
Okay, we go to Mountain View Tuesday night, Bob. Urgy Smith's group lost to the Tigers by about 12 points over Princeton the other night.
they'll be tougher up there.
Well, they will, and that 12-point loss is a little deceptive on Mount View's part. They led in the ball game, and they played it real tough until the third quarter, and actually stayed relatively close in the ball game. But I can remember when Alan Williams played for Princeton, and they went to Mount View, and that was probably one of the roughest games. It's a beautiful gymnasium. I think everybody from Princeton should go down and support the team. And you always see a lot of excitement in that gymnasium at Mount View.
Of course, you remember Williams was injured up there and didn't play the second half when his senior year. But the Tigers then next Friday night will be in Kingsport, Tennessee.
That's right, and we will be in Kingsport. I also noticed that Erky Smith from Mount View was here tonight getting a few, probably taking a little notes on both sides of this ball game.
Aren't you glad that Erky doesn't have a 6'8" middleman?
Well, I don't know. He had that fellow named Dixon that played pretty good ball game over at Princeton until he fouled out of the ball game.
As we get Coach Ralph Ball moving in up there, Coach, the only thing we can think of right now to say to you is congratulations on the big one. It was tough, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a real good ball game. Well played from start to finish. They shot well, and we didn't, but they played hard.
Well, in the first half, they shot real well, and the Tigers just had trouble hitting shots. Shot very poorly in the first half. But in the second half, though, Coach, the Tigers really played a lot of defense. They really shut down in the second half the Beavers to about 22 points and 11 points each quarter. And a lot of defense out there.
Well, we changed about 4 times. Finally, we got matched up a little better and did a little better job.
And, of course, in shooting on the games for the whole night, of course, Preston shooting better in the second half to offset some of that advantage that Bluefield had in the first half. Both teams shot 58% on the night. And the Tigers hitting 26 of 53 for 58%. And the rebounding very close. But the thing that impressed me more than anything else is that I think that the Beavers were higher than a kite. They didn't have anything to lose. They just came in and taking everything they had to it. And with the enthusiasm they were playing with, there just wasn't a lot you could do until you could get control of it.
Right, and they started off real good, and we didn't. And that's always bad. We always try to get on the board right quick, and we didn't do it. They had a 6-0 or something like that, maybe 8-2 or something. But like I said, we played a great second half. We had probably one of our best team efforts, Glenn. The kids really looked for each other, and we got the ball inside and drove and passed off, and I thought they played a great job team-wise. I thought they really did a fine job.
Well, when you come from behind like this and you really get that kind of a scare on the team now Bluefield was capable of beating anybody on their schedule on a given night. And chances are the Tigers will have to play the Beavers in the sectional. So a real tough scare like this certainly doesn't hurt the Tigers in the long run, does it?
Oh, no, it makes us aware that that you can lose a ball game, and it makes us aware that it's difficult to win. You got to play good ball, and that's the way it should be, and it makes for good basketball. We had a great crowd, and our fans filled up over half of the gym, and they came over and supported us real good, and that really helps us. And yes, that's what it's all about. It was a great ball game, a lot of enthusiasm on both parts, and our kids came through from behind and really did a fine job. I'm proud of them because, like I say, I think they played the best team basketball they've played for a while.
Late in the game, the Tigers came out and took a 4-point lead with about 4 minutes left. The first time we had the lead all night. We got it 51-50. And then right after that, we got a couple offensive foul calls on us. So Whitlow picked one up on the left side out of the corner. Eves got one going down the lane. Now, those 2 offensive foul calls really hurt the momentum the Tigers were building.
Right. That took it. We turned the ball over without a chance to score. And had we scored, we could have maybe had a 6-8 point lead and been a different ball game altogether. And we have to learn from that. We've got to be aware that we've got to. I thought both calls were a little judgment calls. Could have gone either way. And overall, we thought a good ball game. I saw Jones driving there and make the bucket, and knocked Jimmy all the way back into the goal there, and they didn't call that. But of course, that was near the end of the ball game, and everybody was excited. I guess the referees were too. So all in all, I thought the referees called a pretty good ball game.
Well, now the officials had a very tough job here tonight. I don't remember any game in a long time that's been as noisy as this one. Now that brings me to another question. Late in the game, you had to have a couple of very strategic timeouts. With that kind of noise in the gym, how do you get communication with the ball players?
Well, it was tough all night. There was a lot of things we wanted to do, and the few changes we wanted to make that we wasn't able to do. And it does hurt a little bit, and of course that's good because you've got to learn to do that. And what I tried to do is tell our
our point guard, every time there's a foul shot, every time anything happens, come over there and we'll try to. And I told him a couple of things that he didn't get it to all the other guys. And at times we had a couple of them doing one thing, and a couple doing another thing. But overall, I guess we got pretty good communication because we changed defenses about probably 4 or 5 times and had to change personnel who was guarding a lot of times out there. And we just had to get to them as best we could and change it.
All right, when a team was down by 11 points at halftime, and they were down by 5 at the end of the third quarter, you've got to have a certain amount of intestinal fortitude to keep coming back because the Tigers cut it down to 3 or 4 and get a couple of breaks go against them, and it'd be out to 7 or 8 or 9 again and keep coming back. Now, this I guess, is a lot to do with making a ball club mature very quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it does them a lot of good when you win one and come from behind and come on like you had to. And like I said, we were behind most of the ball game, and even when we would get up there and get in where we get maybe a 6-8 point lead, something would happen. The way we'd have turnovers, and that was our fault. But so we'll have to correct those things. We took advantage of getting the ball inside as best we could. They got a couple boys in foul trouble. We did too. So I think that evened up. We lost one of our starting guards, and they lost Dent. But I think first of the ball game, their strategy was to pound as much as they could anyway inside there and foul as much as they could and hope they get by with it.
Well, they got by with quite a bit of it because it was a very physical game. But I guess all in all, now the Tigers won. It's a very big game for the Tigers to win. But I think that Bluefield played about as good a game as you could ever expect to see out of them tonight. They really played.
I've seen them play about 4 times this year, and that's the best they've ever shot. They shot real good. Not just one of them shot good. Seemed like anybody wants to throw it up there could make it. So it makes for a tough ball game. Anytime a team has got a boy as big as Dent and guards like Jones and Buskins, and they're hitting, they can give anybody a fifth. That's what you need for a ball game. Good rebound and good shots, and there's not much else left. They've got good speed.
Well, now, at the start of the ball game, Bluefield made 7 out of their first 10 shots. Princeton made 2 of their first 10.
Yeah, and that made us have an uphill battle from the first minute on, and that makes a difficult game out of it.
And when you've got a lead, you can play a different kind of ball game.
Oh yes, and they've got to play a different kind of ball game. They can take a few shots with a little freedom and not worry about them. We've got to try to take nothing but good percentage shots because you've got to try to score every time you get the ball when you're behind like that. And yet you got to run too.
Okay, I know that you're tired, and I know your voice is giving you problems just like mine is, but I know that you're very proud of the Tigers tonight. However, in the gymnasium here tonight was Ergie Smith. Ergie Smith will be your opponent next Tuesday night up at Mountain View. He gave us a very tough game last Tuesday night over Princeton. You finally beat him by about 10, and I'm sure that he will be working on different strategies to throw at you.
Well, they, like I say, that's what makes a good season. You hope you see all the different strategies that you can have because your kids can adjust better when they've gone through something before. And we've had a variation of defenses and offenses, what have you, thrown on us, and it helps us. We're trying to become a little more efficient and trying to adjust a little bit more. We still make a few mistakes here and there, and costly mistakes. But we know what we're trying to do, and we tried to get a couple of plays going, and finally one of them did work there, the last one, so it really helped.
Well, Coach, it's a lot more fun to have a game like you did against Parkersburg.
It's a lot easier. But a lot more fun, right?
It sure is. Of course, if you did that, you probably wouldn't have any gray hair either, would you?
Well, it'd take all the fun out of it. I guess it's when you win one like this, it's really great because the kids played so good for us to win it. And come from behind, led them down at the half, and like you said, I think it was 5 in the third quarter, and just had to make it up as best we could as the game went on there. So it was a good victory because it was a team victory.
That's right. The Tigers showed an awful lot of poise, and this could be a real catalyst to start them now as they really go into the second half of the season. The Tigers now are 8-3 on the season, and they start on the second half of the schedule. This could be the real springboard to get them moving.
Yeah, hopefully it is. And like I say, this is we played 11 games now. We got 10 left. The season's just about half over game-wise. So next 4 weeks we play 10 games in 4 weeks, so that'll be a good month of basketball.
You're daggone right, but in those next 4 weeks, there's some things in there that can play without anybody in the work.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be really a tough way to go all the way, and we've got to be aware of that, and we know that we've got our work cut out for us, but you got to take them one at a time.
That's good, but you had that in mind when you set the schedule up. You knew that you had a good crop of ball players coming back. You knew that the only way you could get them toughened for tournament was to put them against some of the toughest stuff you could find, whether it be the Dobbs Bennett's, the Sullivans, or the Williamsons, or what, and Parker's and so forth. And you've done that. And the Tigers out the first half are 8-3. Have certainly not been out of any ball game this year at all. The 3 losses they've got, using the point spread covered by the fingers on one hand.
Yeah, and it's really a tough game. Every game is tough, and of course our opponents in this area, Mount View and Bluefield and North Fork, are as tough as anywhere you can find them. So we added a few tougher away from here, and we got them plenty of tough right here. So it's really a tough schedule.
Because that's what makes the start of the season like. Because then when the kids get finished with the season like that, they can really feel proud of the accomplishment.
Right, and it's very important, right? And I think that, like I say, if we can keep improving as a team and keep getting better, it makes just for a much better game than if you don't improve. And our kids, I can see a big improvement now.
Oh, I think you can see it from game to game. Coach, we're going to let you go. We appreciate you stopping to visit with us. We don't mean to hold you so long, but the ball game tonight warranted because it was a fantastic ball game, and anybody who didn't come on and see this one tonight just flat out missed a good evening of basketball.
Yeah, it was a great basketball game. Bluefield played good, and our kids just played a little bit better.
And the second half, the Tigers just was not to be tonight.
Well, thank goodness they weren't. They really came back, and it makes it sweet when you come from behind like
Okay, Coach Ralph Ball, congratulations on the big victory, and we'll see you in Mountain View Tuesday night.
Right.
Okay, Coach Ralph Ball, the Tigers, taking the season record out to 8-3 on the season, and the Tigers putting a record 8-3. We'll be with you next Tuesday night from up on top of Thomas Mountain. Bob, Charlie, any closing comments?
Thrilling ball game. If you stayed home and listened to it, you missed a good one. You should be at Mount View, and we hope to see a good crowd at Dobbins Bennett.
The first night we played Dobbins Bennett at Sullivan North High School. That's on Friday night.
Let's say we hope to see a lot of people from Princeton and Kingsport.
Yeah, if anybody really wants to, you let me know where you're going to be eating, and I'll join you for dinner as long as you pick up the tab.
Hey, I will too.
Boy, I'll tell you, I'm in bad company here.
Okay.
But if somebody's buying, I'll join you.
I'm Glenn May, speaking on behalf of Crickle, Jackalette, Charlie Wright, Bob Grant, the whole gluttonous bunch of us. We appreciate the fact you've allowed us to be a part of your evening. The fact of the matter is, thanks so much for listening. Good night, all.
Close one tonight in Bluefield. The Beavers were hot when they came out tonight, jumped right out to a big lead, but Princeton was able to come back and beat Bluefield tonight by 2 points, 61-59, and they made the winning basket in the final 15 seconds of the game. Bluefield missed a desperation shot at the buzzer. The win ups Princeton's record to 8-3, drops Bluefield to 7-6. Sammy Jones was the top man for the Beavers with 14. Dewey Baskin had 12, and Russell Cobley had 11 for the Beavers. For Princeton, Jimmy Miller was the top man once again. He had 25 points, and Stefan Strain had 10 points in their winning cause. Elsewhere, Graham won tonight. They beat John Battle 55-43. John Rush had 19 points for John Battle, and Jeff Light led the G-men with 12 points.